Jealousy is a subtle, insidious force. It quietly slips into relationships, manifesting in ways that can be difficult to detect, yet its presence can be felt deeply. The jealous person may try to undermine, diminish, or sabotage your growth. Their actions, rooted in insecurity, expose the deep emotional wounds they are unwilling or unable to heal. As adherents to wisdom, reason, and Stoic principles, it is crucial to recognize these signs, not in judgment, but as opportunities to cultivate resilience and mastery over our own emotions. One of the clearest signs of jealousy is when someone takes pleasure in your failures. The jealous individual may appear to delight in your misfortune, reveling in your struggles. This is a reflection of their own inadequacies, as they are unable to find peace with their own path. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us to expect that we will encounter people who are meddling, ungrateful, or jealous. These individuals are caught in a web of confusion, unable to distinguish between good and evil. They project their bitterness onto others, but we, as seekers of virtue, must rise above. Their satisfaction in your hardship is simply a reflection of their inner turmoil. Another sign of jealousy is when someone imitates you without acknowledging your influence. Imitation is often considered the sincerest form of flattery, but when driven by jealousy, it becomes a silent theft. The jealous person will mimic your success, perhaps even your ideas or mannerisms, without ever acknowledging the source of their inspiration. As Seneca observes on the shortness of life, they waste time obsessing over someone else's journey instead of embracing their own. They choose to spend their energy replicating others, rather than developing their unique path. The wise, however, understand the value of walking their own journey, and they do not waste precious time in comparison. Jealousy also frequently manifests through gossip and rumor spreading. In their effort to bring you down, a jealous person may resort to slander, tarnishing your reputation to make themselves feel better. But, as Epictetus advises, the Stoic response is to remain unmoved. Instead of defending yourself, acknowledge their ignorance and let their accusations reveal more about their own character than yours. Rumors cannot damage a person whose integrity is firmly grounded. By responding with calm, dignity, and silence, the wise avoid being drawn into the toxic web of jealousy. When someone dismisses your achievements, claiming that your success is merely due to luck or chance, it is often a sign of jealousy. They downplay your hard work to protect their own fragile sense of self-worth. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that we have control over our own minds, but not the opinions of others. The jealous will belittle your accomplishments in an effort to diminish your value, but this is far more about their internal struggles than it does about your worth. As Stoics, we understand that true fulfillment lies in the process, not in the praise of others. Let their jealousy serve as a reminder that you are on the right path, and continue your work undeterred. Sometimes jealousy leads people to distance themselves from you. A once close friend may retreat, unable to bear the thought of celebrating your growth. This withdrawal is not a loss for you, but a missed opportunity for them to learn and grow alongside you. As Seneca writes, we should seek relationships with those who help us become better versions of ourselves. Jealousy, though painful, often reveals the impermanence of relationships, reminding us that not everyone is meant to walk with us for the long haul. It is better to surround ourselves with those who uplift and inspire us, rather than those who linger in the shadows of comparison. Jealousy can also turn into a hidden competition. Some may engage in a silent rivalry, constantly measuring themselves against you without your knowledge. This behavior comes from a place of deep insecurity, and is not a reflection of anything you have done. Marcus Aurelius cautions against being distracted by the actions of others, as this only leads to wasted time. The Stoic knows that the only competition worth engaging in is with oneself. While the jealous person strives for external validation, the wise individual focuses on inner growth and virtue. Their hidden rivalry offers the opportunity for you to practice detachment and remain focused on your own journey. At its most destructive, jealousy can lead people to actively sabotage your efforts, whether through undermining your work, spreading doubt, or blocking opportunities. They attempt to hinder your progress in a misguided attempt to make themselves feel better. When faced with these obstacles, it is important to remember that challenges are not setbacks but training for growth. Epictetus teaches us that difficulties reveal our true character. Instead of reacting with anger or retaliation, the Stoic meets sabotage with patience and grace, using it as fuel for further self-improvement. The jealous person may also seek to invalidate your values and principles, attempting to belittle what you hold dear in order to diminish your sense of self-worth. Driven by insecurity, they may mock your beliefs or question your motivations, seeking to make themselves feel superior. Seneca reminds us that what is good is not always popular, and what is popular is not always good. When confronted with such criticism, the Stoic remains firm in their principles. Understand that these attacks are more about the jealous person's internal struggle than about the validity of your beliefs. A strong spirit remains unshaken by the word of others, staying true to what is virtuous. Jealousy can also present itself in the form of overly friendly or insincere behavior. The jealous person may shower you with exaggerated praise or act overly kind, but their actions often reveal a deeper, more insidious motivation. Their flattery is a mask for the envy they feel. As Epictetus wisely points out, a person's true character is revealed not by what they say, but by what they do. The Stoic is able to discern between genuine kindness and hollow gestures, understanding that such insincerity reflects the jealous person's own insecurity, not your worth. By staying grounded in your integrity, you avoid being swayed by false promises and remain vigilant against their schemes. Lastly, jealousy can manifest in attempts to undermine your relationships with others. The jealous person may try to sow discord, creating division or tension between you and those you care about. They seek to isolate you, believing that by tearing down your connections, they will elevate their own standing. As Stoics, we must recognize that such actions are driven by fear and insecurity. The wise do not engage in these manipulations, but instead seek to strengthen their own relationships based on mutual respect, honesty, and virtue. In all these signs, we see the destructive nature of jealousy and how it tests our ability to remain virtuous, composed, and focus on our own growth. As Stoics, our task is not to respond with bitterness or retaliation, but to rise above, using these challenges as opportunities to strengthen our inner fortitude. By maintaining our integrity and staying true to our path, we can transcend the shadow of jealousy and continue to live lives of purpose and virtue. A jealous person may try to isolate you by causing division between you and those around you. They may subtly plant seeds of doubt or mistrust, aiming to weaken the relationships that give you strength and support. The goal is to create a rift, as they envy the connections that bring you happiness and stability. As Seneca warns, a person who envies others will never find peace of mind. A Stoic, however, must remain steadfast and unshaken by these attempts to disrupt their inner calm. These efforts cannot touch the true harmony found in virtuous relationships. Bonds based on mutual respect and understanding are strong and not easily affected by the whispers of jealousy. Instead of being swayed by these negative forces, focus on nurturing and strengthening the relationships that truly matter. Let those consumed by envy reveal themselves through their actions and words, for their motivations are clear. Jealous individuals often find themselves fixated on comparing their lives to yours, unable to focus on their own journey. Their minds are consumed by a need to measure their worth against yours, highlighting what they perceive to be their deficiencies in comparison. However, this obsession with competition only serves to diminish their own sense of peace and fulfillment. Many people find themselves constantly measuring their success against others, unable to see their own potential. This perpetual cycle of comparison often clouds their vision, preventing them from embracing their own journey. The ancient philosopher Epictetus teaches us that true wealth is not about accumulating great possessions, but about having fewer desires. The jealous person, caught in the trap of comparison, wrongly believes that external factors define their worth. In contrast, the Stoic understands that genuine contentment arises from inner growth, not from seeking approval or validation from the outside world. By choosing not to engage in the destructive cycle of comparison, we remain free from distraction, rooted in our purpose, and focused on what truly matters. Jealousy, in all its forms, whether it leads to sabotage, gossip, or silent rivalry, challenges us to remain committed to living virtuously. Each of these negative emotions is an invitation to deepen our practice, to rise above the chaos, and to embody wisdom and fortitude. As the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius reminds us, The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Instead of allowing jealousy to consume us, we can use it as a reminder that our strength does not lie in others' approval, but in our unwavering commitment to virtue. Let the envy of others be a prompt to reinforce our focus on the inner path, one that is guided by reason, free from the chains of envy, and strengthened by the peace that Stoicism offers. Jealousy is a test, but it is not a reflection of others. It is a mirror showing us who we must choose to become. As Stoics, we are called to rise above these emotions, to let our actions speak louder than any envy others may harbor, and stay steadfast in our pursuit of virtue. If this resonates with you, remember that the real battle is not external but internal. Keep striving, continue growing, and let no shadow of jealousy extinguish your inner light. Join us in pursuit of wisdom. Subscribe to the Stoic verse, and as always, live with purpose, act with courage, and let this philosophy guide you to inner freedom. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay unshaken.